stuff. Stuff.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. My name is John Crispala, and I will be your host for tonight. And glad you can join us for this evening. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right to it because we got a lot to cover. And so I just want to get started with a brief introductory video to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what it is that we are doing in the space and what it is that can benefit you. And so, without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump right to it.
Today, over 80% of all internet bandwidth is used for video streaming. As technology advances, demand for video services increases exponentially, and current infrastructures struggle to cope. The result is a poor streaming quality and slow loading times for frustrated consumers. At Pandosoft, we are disrupting the whole streaming technology paradigm in order to deliver better streaming to consumers. We are creating a completely decentralized streaming platform to spread the load and greatly improve the quality. So whether you are a broadcaster looking to connect with your audience, a developer, or just a user looking for an easy and secure way to share, you'll be much happier with the result. Pando is the name of a giant network of trees that all form one giant plant. Each individual tree is a remnant in the network. In the Pandosoft project, we are gathering individual Ramatrons to participate in a network structure to make one giant platform. That's where you come in. In order to create the massive decentralized platform, we need a lot of individual machines to each take a little bit of the load. Similar to the way that Uber uses independent drivers who each choose when they want to come on and off the available driver network, Pandosoft allows individuals with computers to put their machines on and off the platform and get paid for giving bandwidth. Almost everyone has a computer with extra bandwidth to spare, especially when the machine isn't being used. Why not use it to make some money? Here's how it works. When you're watching videos or when you are sleeping, you can set your machine to be a Ramatron, and we'll tap its extra bandwidth to stream videos for local viewers. Don't worry, your computer data will not be accessed or compromised. Our platform can only access the bandwidth. When a bit of bandwidth is available to the system from a lot of computers, streaming viewers will enjoy greatly improved quality and loading time. The more your Ramatron gives up bandwidth, the more you earn. You are in control. You'll be paid in tokens, which can be exchanged for cash, or used to send donations to your favorite streamers, unlock premiere content, or buy and gift virtual items. With Ramatron, all you do is stream, relax, and earn. So join the Ramatron community today. Visit pandosoft.com today to get started.
Let's see here. Where is my screen share? Just bear with me here, guys. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay. Stream, relax, and earn. That is our slogan. And actually, we come up with something new. Turn on to earn is basically all you have to do, really, is just download the application, you turn it on, and you're generating income and profit immediately. And so, welcome again, guys. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is John Crispala, and I am the development of the director of business development here for Philippines. And it is such a great and honor to be here with you guys tonight. And so, for me, my main background is in financial services. So, I've been a financial strategist for the past 20 years. I also invest in real estate, and so when a good friend of mine, great colleague of mine, she had reached out to me and asked, John, I got this amazing project, and it's a big plate, and I definitely can't do it all on my own. Would you mind checking it out? Because this is something that you might want to get involved with, basically. And so, and at that time, I'm already heavily involved in crypto. I trade crypto as well, major fan, and I love where the space is going and such tremendous opportunity that lies ahead for, the whole global community. And so to make a long story short, that's how I had came about. And I was asked to you know help expand the Philippine market, and so here I am today, and I'm here to share with you guys our story and why is it that our project is such an amazing project. And so let's go ahead and dive into the presentation. So why take advantage of the Panda project? You guys had already saw on the introductory video that the most common problem that we are facing right now that causes major lag is the major congestion of these CDN, these centralized servers. And so not only it costs millions to maintain these facilities and you know all kinds of stuff that goes into it, um, but it's also limited to what you can for what the end user can receive as a good quality. And so when the Panda project had came out with their technology, the Ramatron, it was the solution to a big problem. And not only the fact that it's a great solution, but it's also built in a decentralized platform inside the blockchain. And so, with the millions of dollars that is going into these CDN servers, these facilities, what it actually does is it redirects it back into the community. So it also gives them more power and more choice and more control. And so overall, at the end of the day, what that also translates to, it translates into generating profits. And the only thing that you really need in order for you to make that happen is two things. Number one is you just need a laptop. And second, you just need Wi-Fi. So it's just as simple as that. Our story traces all the way back into the Pando. And what this is it's a plant, right? It's one big giant plant. So although in the image it looks like a massive forest, it is one big connected root system with thousands of tree nodes, which is what we call the ramets. So in the same token, the Pando network, it's a massive global streaming platform that is made up with 1 million decentralized computers, and that's what we call Ramatron. So you could actually be, you know, this Ramatron could be in the Philippines and in the other end of the world, let's say in the US, it would be just right there, but it's all part of one big giant network. And so this makes your computer a relayer of data. So remember the one big giant server that we were talking about and how it causes the major lag and buffering? Well, with this, with 1 million computers all across the globe, it creates 1 million bridges. And so that releases a lot of the pressure, and so it increases the stream quality. And so what I'm trying to say is your computer can generate you profits. And an individual computer is set up as a Ramatron. It shares the excess processing and bandwidth, and you actually get paid for it. Okay. So how does that work? The content creators, what they do normally is they create videos, and they upload into the platform such as YouTube, right? And the work of delivering videos to viewers that is done by all the connected Ramatrons, which you actually get paid for doing. And because of the decentralized system, the viewers can enjoy less lag and buffering. And all you really need is just to download the software, and the software, it just runs in the background. It's super lightweight, it's efficient, it's smart, and it's secure. And you're only using some of your computer's processing power and some of your internet bandwidth, okay? Because you're already paying for it every single month. It's already a monthly bill. So regardless of you only use it for a couple of days out of the month, it's still the same amount. So now when you turn on this app, you're actually sharing some of your unutilized data, right? And for sharing, you actually get to generate profit for doing it. And so you can download, as you can have as many Ramatron units, and you're not just limited to one. you can actually get 10, 100, 1000, and we even have other investors that are getting like 5,000 all at once, and you can stake them all in one PC, because that is how it's being activated. And we'll dive more into that later on. Okay. So the software, it does not access any of your files or data. So if that was something that you were concerned about, so you don't have to worry about it. It only accesses the bandwidth that is allocated by you. Okay, it will not interrupt any of your daily tasks, nor will it slow down your computer. And it is most definitely not going to compromise the security of your PC. And so very, very safe and secure. The requirements is very simple. All you really need is a laptop that's dated back from like 2012, 2014. So to keep it simple, all you really need is 4 to 8 gigs of RAM and roughly about 100 gigs of memory space. This will work with Windows, Macs, Linux, and also if you want to utilize a cloud server, you can do that as well. Because we do have some investors that are usually on the go, and they just want something that's up on the cloud. And if that is something that fits in your box, then that's something that you can take advantage of. So basically, what that is, it's 4 cores, 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, and the minimum storage space that's required is 100 gigs. Okay. And that is they use the operating system Ubuntu V18. So this is a true limited offer, and because of the fact that we're only setting up 1 million Ramatron units across the globe, once it reaches that cap, that is pretty much it. And currently there's roughly about 170,000 that had already been taken up, and so it is actually it's first come first serve. Okay. All right. So what will generate activities for the Ramatrons? Let's find out. Okay. So this is the future of streaming. So the Ramatron nodes, what it does, it powers an entire ecosystem that includes an array of world-class decentralized applications. And so these are 5 applications that we have in the pipeline right now. And I'm not going to go through each and one of them, but I would like to cover just one, which is the most highly anticipated one. And that application is the Pandojo. And what Pandojo is, it is an interactive platform that serves everyone who wants to live stream, upload videos, or maybe just simply watch videos. We have done so much work with this. Matter of fact, what we had done is, right now we're in the process of beta testing. And so, from all the feedback that we had received from our testers, we decided to implement as much as we can, right? And this is what it actually looked like before. And we had completely did a major renovation on this application. And we are just about about to get everything launched, and so I actually have a sneak peek that can give you guys an idea of what that looks like right now. And so let me go ahead and play that real quick. All right. That is live streaming reinvented. So with this application, anybody can go live. And so what it does, it engages online live streaming for application that is made for live streamers, for gamers, content creators, and such as viewers like yourself, right? So anybody can get on within just one push of a button. Most content creators like YouTubers or even just gamers, in order for them to broadcast their stream, in order to go live, they actually have to get a third party software, kind of like an OBS, right? And so what we did was we actually built that inside the app. And so with just one click of a button, you can go live anywhere, right? And so you don't have to invest in enormous amount of money just to get a third party application in order for you to go live. So you can also keep most of your profits. So most content creators, when they once they amass an amount of following, right? And so they engage in contract with YouTube once they're monetized. And so what happens with that is they usually take a carve out anywhere from 30% to 50% of what you're generating. And so within our platform, you can actually keep most of your profits. And we're not trying to say to get rid of YouTube, right? But rather, since you're already creating that content, why not upload the same content into another platform? So now that you have what you have established over here, you can actually gain more followers over here as well. But the difference is you get to keep more on this side because we're not going to take a huge cut of what you're creating. And which leads into my next topic. We've got 12 revenue models, and there's 12 different ways on how you can generate profit from this. We're just to mention a few, right? Let's go through this. So we got like predictions, badges, marketplaces, sponsorships. We're actually going to be we're going to be hosting a major esports tournament, and we're going to do a couple of them this year. And so we're actually planning on having about 100,000 participants on this big tournament. And so this is going to be quite exciting. It's going to be hosted within our application, Panda Joe. And so that's something to look out for. Advertisements, VIP status, donations, subscriptions, gifts, merchandise, and in-house purchases. And so this is all powered within our native token, the PTX. And we'll dive a little bit more about that too. All right. And then, of course, one of the most important things is being able to deliver the seamless streaming, right? So because of the Ramatron technology, what it does, right? The Ramatron application is the main foundation of the whole movement, right? Because it powers up the platform. And so the platform in itself is, these array of decentralized applications. And so without the Ramatron, there is no application because that's the main power, right? And so with the Ramatron in play, any content creators, viewers, they can actually enjoy seeing the streaming on this application, Panda Joe, from any corner of the world. We also have a great unique feature in this app, and it's what we call the multi-angle cameras. And what you can do is you can share your stream ID with up to 4 users or 4 different units. So if you're broadcasting, you can actually have 4 different angles, and so you can kind of jump around from one angle to another. Or as an option is you can actually go live with 4 of your buddies at the same time, right? And so one of the biggest movements that's happening right now with a lot of content creators, especially in the US, most YouTubers now, they are actually they're becoming a community. And so what they're doing is they're jumping on each other's lives, right? Because this content creator has their own follower, this one has their own follower, and to make things a little bit more exciting, what they do is let's do a live together. And so they basically band together, and then they gain more followers that way because the subscribers from here and the subscribers from here, they end up subscribing to each other's um, content creators. And so that's I just thought I'd share that with you. That's one unique features, and that's what a lot of content creators are doing right now to garner more followers and subscribers. And of course, eventually, what we're trying to do is, we are a business, and with content creators jumping in, of course, followers will come, and then after that, the advertising will come, and so, with advertising, you as a Ramatron node holder will benefit from that because it it's all part of the ecosystem, and so that would also be powered by the PTX. And so they can't, advertisers can't just come and place their ads. They actually have to buy into our native token and then pay for their placement with the PTX. Okay. We also have a merchandise store, so you can sell stuff online, and whatever, if it's like from hats, t-shirts, hoodies, jewelry, shoes, whatever you want, right? And again, this will be powered by the PTX as well, and so everything is powered by the PTX. And so we've got this. We try to create this high demand within the ecosystem. And so, like I mentioned earlier, advertisers, they don't have to. They have to purchase PTX in order to place their ads, and users, they can buy gifts, badges for themselves, for other users as well using PTX. Tournaments, when they register in for the esports tournament, they have to utilize PTX, and of course prizes will most likely be in PTX as well. And so the usage of it is highly, highly, very highly, and that's the whole goal, right? Because unlike most tokens, our token will be heavily utilized, and from advertisers, sponsorships, tournaments, the marketplace, and the merchandise, and any forms of transactions from the panel dApps. We even have controlled circulation and controlled supply. And so what we mean by that is, for a big whale, right? They can't just go in and take up the whole entire supply of the PTX just to bump the price up. And then once the price is up, they would do a major sell off, and that would tank the price all the way down. And so, since we have high demand and high usage for the PTX, it keeps it within the ecosystem, right? For example, like with the Ramatron, in order for you to activate it, you have to stake into it in order for it to be activated. And so that takes it off of circulation. When you're doing business inside, the ecosystem, you're utilizing the PTX, so it keeps it out of the circulation. And so that's why we say controlled circulation and also controlled supply, because not one individual can just gobble up the whole entire supply of PTX. And so, which makes it great, right? The adoption, most definitely there, very easy adoption, easy, a lot of utilities, right? Most projects, what they do is they have no utility when they start, because of the fact that they don't have any resources, and that's the whole reason why that they have to go into the marketplace so they can get investors. And once they get some money, then they make an investment on the utility, because that's what they were promising on their white paper. Well, for us, which makes it a little bit more unique, we've got plenty of resources. We don't have any debt to anybody, right? And we have been working in the background since 2018, building our utility. And so we've been silent in the background this whole 2-3 years, and we've been developing our use cases, and we are just now coming out of the woodwork. And so so now we got our own blockchain. We've got our wallet is already out. All right, we got the Panda wallet. We've got our Ramatron. We've got like 5 applications. We've got a lot of things in the background that I can't share with you right now. That it's so exciting, because I'm trying to hold myself back to just I can't say it because I'll get in trouble. But we've got stuff in the works, and we're just barely getting started, to be honest with you. And you are at the very forefront of a major movement, and especially here in the Philippines, because of the fact that we are just getting started over here. And so I'll dive into this later. The way I'm looking at this is it's digital real estate. It's a land grab right now, a digital land grab. And so whoever capitalizes on the opportunity is the one that is going to benefit on it. Okay. And so, it just makes everything so much easier to transition for the future because this is Web 3.0. I don't, if you guys remember Web 2.0, that was like the era of the social media giants, right? So that's like Facebook, Twitter, when they were just getting started, and so imagine if you knew at that time that Facebook was going to be like a multi billion dollar company, right? Would you have put some money in there? Absolutely, right? Well, with the transition to 3.0, with the adoption of utilization of crypto, with most businesses right now jumping into the blockchain technology, it's not a question of if they're going to be on it. It's more of a question of when, right? And so with you partaking in this movement now, that just makes it easier for you to transition when everything jumps on one Web 3.0. And so whether if you're a content creator, a gamer, a live streamer, or a user, right? Everybody's going to be affected by it one way or another, whether you like it or not too. So we have taken a different approach, right? Because anybody can create an application. Anyone can develop an application, and so since I've mentioned that we have been, in the background since 2018. During that time, we actually had, garnered a community, and so this unique approach that we're taking, right, with the community, the support that we have right now, and with all the applications that we have in place. So let's bring it to example within just this one application, right? And a community of 50,000 plus, that's pretty enormous for a community. And so just imagine, what do you think will happen when this app launches? Because what app developers do, they build the app first, and then after they build the app, they go ahead and they market it onto the App Store, the Google Play, and that's where they most fail because of the fact that anybody can develop a great application, but most of these companies, they fail because of the lack of marketing. And so think of it from this unique perspective that we have, with the community and the support that we have right now. Can you imagine when PandoJoe launches on day one, and within the next few days, you got like an instant, 1,000, 20,000, 50,000 download within a couple of days, right? What that does is that brings it all the way up to trending status. And so when people see that on the front page, on the main page, it kind of makes them curious, right? And so like, oh, okay, what's this PandoJoe thing? Let's go check it out. And then they end up downloading it, and so that's just one way of getting it in front. But mainly, we've been talking a lot about streaming, and let's dive straight in to how you can actually create some profits, right? So the first thing that you need to do is this. Number one, download your Ramatron, right? It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Helium. Helium is one that actually tried to something that has to do with the Wi-Fi, right? And they package it, but you have to buy this gadget thing. It costs like 500 USD. And so at least with this, you just download the application and then you just have to activate it with the PTX. So you download your Ramatron, you create your Panda wallet, and then you buy and stake and activate your Ramatron with the PTX. Okay, so where to get your PTX? We're actually on LBank exchange right now. This is where you're gonna go get your PTX, and so you open up an account with LBank, and it's paired with USDT. And so if you have Binance, if most of us already have a Binance account, so what you can do is you can actually take your USDT and shoot it straight to L-Bank, and then from L-Bank you can purchase your PTX that way, right? So that's one way of doing it. Or you can shoot it from PDAX to L-Bank. So that's another way too. But of course, the most cost-effective way to do it is doing it through Binance, because most people here are probably using Gcash, and I know Binance is very friendly with that approach. Okay, and so from here you would purchase your PTX, and once you have acquired your PTX, then what you will do is you will send it straight to your Panda wallet, and so you would just withdraw it and then send it to the Panda wallet, and then from the Panda wallet you would activate your Ramatron from there. All right, we have tutorials that'll show you how to do this. Very simple, not that difficult. But to activate your Ramatron, it's only 250 PTX, right? And so, like I said, you can buy as many units as you want, as you're willing to invest. And but the minimum to activate is 250 PTX. And based on the current pricing right now, that's roughly about 13 to 15 cents. That's only roughly about 30 USD. So that's not a whole lot. And so that's why we have a lot of investors that are actually buying multiple units of these, and then they're staking it. And so let's dive into that, okay? Because I know you guys want to find out, how does this thing work? Because you guys have been hearing some of the ads like 100% APY, 300% APY. How is this possible? Well, let's jump straight into it. Here we go. So the Panda token, what this is, it's the heartbeat and the lifeblood of the ecosystem, right? It brings life and power to every aspect of the project. So one PTX right now is ranging between 13 to 15 cents. And so 250 PTX is what you need to activate your Ramatron. And there's two different ways. There's two methods on how you can participate in staking, right? So number one is simple staking, and the way this works is you take your 250 PTX. By the way, just for disclosure, in this example, we're going to be running on the assumption of the price action of 20 cents for PTX. Okay, and so that's based on 20 cents. That's 56 USD for 250 PTX. But like I said, like right now it's between 13 and 15 cents. But just for this example, okay, so just bear with me on this. But I want to show you the math on how this can work for you. So you take your 250 PTX to activate one Ramatron, and what you will do is you'll go on the network for 40 hours, because you need 100% simulated score, which is equivalent of 40 hours on the network. And that's all you need, really, because you go home from work and you turn on your Ramatron for like a couple hours per evening or per day. For me, myself, I just leave it on all week. Basically, my computer's on 24/7, and but it's totally up to you. That's why we have 1 million, right? Because not everybody's gonna be on at the same time. So somebody may be off here, but somebody's on here, and then when this person turns off, somebody out there in the world turns on. And all you really need is just 40 hours for now. And so just to answer that question ahead too, you can go above 40 hours, but as far as the rewards go, 40 hours, and that's pretty much it. But up to the point when we start releasing more application, then eventually we will bump that up above 40 hours. But 40 hours right now is all you need. Okay, so you go on the network for 40 hours, and so with simple staking, it's 100% APY, and that is broken down into 10% per month, but you are actually going to get rewarded every single week at 2.5%, and so that's how you get the 100% APY, 2.5% per week. And so in order to get the full reward, that is 40 hours on the network. And so in this example, you go on the network for 40 hours with 250 PTX minimum. And at the end of the week, 2.5% of 250, that's 6.25 PTX. Okay. And in 1 month, you do that for another week, and then another week, and then 1 month. That basically yields you 25 PTX. In 6 months, that is 150 PTX. And then within 12 months, 1 year, that's 300 PTX. So based on the price action that didn't move for 1 year at 20 cents, um, that is valued at 60 USD, right, for the whole 12 months. And so you started out with 300, you started out with 250, but then you ended up with 300 PTX. So that's actually above 100% APY. And so with the price action at 20 cents, that's 60 USD. And if you were to invest with a larger amount, like 50,000 per se, that's going to be about 53,000 USD. At 100,000 in 1 year, that's 107 USD. But of course, you guys, it can go, the price action can go up and it can also go down, right? But I'm just kind of giving you an example of what could be. At this early stage, there's a great chance of likelihood of achieving a lot higher than that because of the fact that it's so early, and when the price moves up, those numbers could be astronomical. But I'm just giving you simple figures, right? Because I'm not gonna blow smoke with you guys, and so I just want to give you guys on what's realistic. Okay. All right. So that is simple staking. So the second part is what we call compound staking. And with compound staking, the way this works, it would be exactly the same way with week number 1. Okay, you start out, you go up in the network for 40 hours, and then at the end of the week, you're going to get your 6.25 PTX reward. Okay, so every single week you have the choice whether if you want to cash that out, because you can exchange that into fiat, or you can exchange that for another token on the LBank exchange. Right? But if you're more of a long-term investor, what you can do is you can take this amount, the 6.25, and you can compound that, and you can go ahead and restake it. And so when you start off on week number 2, instead of 250 tokens, you are now starting week 2 with 256.25. And then you go up on the network for another 40 hours. And at the end of that week, you are now going to get rewarded 6.4 PTX, because it's 2.5 on 256.25 PTX now, right? And so just imagine if you continue to do that for the whole entire year, and with the assumption of 20 cents per PTX, that just jumped from 900. That just jumped from 300 to 900 PTX. Okay, based on USD, that's roughly about $180. So you started out with roughly $50, and then now you're ending up with the year with $180. And so that's how you can accomplish 300% APY. Okay. With the $50,000 investment, that's about 161,000, right? That's roughly about 4,600 per month, and that would yield you 161,000 in the year. With $100,000 investment, that's about 322. And so I'm just painting this figure for you guys. Okay, so I don't want you to feel that you have to be an elite in order to invest in this thing. The answer is no, you don't have to. I mean, you could start as little as 250 PTX, and then you can move your way up, right? But for somebody that has the ability to save more and invest more, that's an option that's available for you guys. So there is no limitation. Okay, so this is open game for everybody. All right. So proof of network, basically what this is you just get on the network for 40 hours, and you're good, right? If you can do that, then you have nothing to worry about. Now, proof of engagement is where it gets very exciting. Okay, and the way this works is you're going to get compensated when your Ramatron node engages in performing work. And so imagine if your next door neighbor was watching a movie and it happens to be your Ramatron node that's closest by that's delivering that stream. And so just the fact that your node is delivering that stream, your Ramatron node is going to earn at the rate of 0.01875 PTX for 60 seconds. Okay. And so if your neighbor was watching 5 hours of stream per day at 20 cents, that equates to 33 USD. Okay. That goes on top of, the compound staking, the simple staking. This is extra money, right? But if your neighbor was just binging on the Game of Thrones and watching the whole entire, 8 or 9 seasons, 24 hours per day, that's basically at 24 hours, that's 162 USD that your Ramatron node is going to get awarded. And so remember when I was telling you about digital real estate? Well, this would be the option to where you can have, multiple Ramatron physical nodes. Okay, if you have the luxury of having multiple PCs, so let's say if you have an extra PC, right? So you have two. Instead of staking everything all in one Ramatron, you can divide that in two, because when you divide it in two, you have the ability to earn more proof of engagement. And so you can strategically place this PC on a high traffic area, right? Where it can deliver more work to the end user. And so this is no different than your cell phone being reliant on the cell phone tower, right? So the question is, how many cell phone towers do you want to own? Okay. So this is digital real estate. The nice thing is you don't have to mortgage this property because it's so cheap right now, and you can buy as many of these properties as you want, right? Because it is a land grab. And so if you have multiple of these units, you can strategically place them all across the Philippines. And then once all of our applications are out, and once commerce is stabilized, just passive income, baby. And so that's why we this is what we mean by turn on to earn, right? For you gamers out there, you guys like play to earn. Well, try this concept out. Turn on to earn. You just set it and then you forget it. But if you want to maximize on both because you love playing games, but you can add this component to it, you can marry both concept, T to E and then P to E, then I think that's just a big bonus for you, right? So why not take advantage of it? Okay, so we talked about that, the Ramatron node earning. Now, we also have another way on how you can generate profit. We also have referral rewards, and the way this works is, we want to be able to build a nice, solid foundation of Ramatrons, because the Ramatrons the foundation in order for us to deliver a nice quality stream, and so. We are willing to offer a referral reward of 10% of the deposited stake. And this is how you're going to do this, right? Once you download your Ramatron application on the dashboard, you can create a referral link. And if you just click on that right there, and then it would generate you your link, and you would just send that link to whoever that you end up sending it to, and once they activate their Ramatron, whatever that deposit amount is, you're going to earn 10%. And so what does that look like for you? So in one Ramatron, right, that's 250 PTX that's stake, and so 10% of that, that's 25 PTX that's going to get awarded to you. If they deposit 10 Ramatrons, that's 2500 PTX. 10% of that, that's 250 PTX that can go to you. Okay. 100 PTX, 100 Ramatron units, that would be 2500 PTX that could be awarded to you. And 1000 Ramatron, that's 250,000 PTX to stake. And 10% of that stake amount is 25,000 PTX. Sky's the limit, guys. And so we have a lot of investors that just like, they're so excited about this opportunity, and so they just, they start out with just one Ramatron, and they're happy enough as it is, but the weekly rewards that they're earning, in order for them to get their 300% APY. But these guys, they get so excited and they end up sharing it with other investors, and so why not? But when these investors, when they make their deposit in their stake, then you can earn a percentage of that, and so that is our referral reward. So many options, you guys. And so our blockchain, we have our own blockchain, right? And that's why we don't even have, in our tokenomics, you'll see that we don't even have taxes right now. And we're actually going to be burning 50% of our supply at the end of the year, which is going to drive the price of the token value. And so I forgot to mention about that. But we're on a proof of stake protocol because of the fact that it is friendly to the environment, it's efficient, it's friendly, and it's also it's powered by the community, you guys. So this is a true community powered technology. Adoption, with our own ecosystem that consists of endless array of decentralized apps, NFT marketplaces, which I also forgot to mention about. We also have that coming up very soon, and we have an ever-growing community. All right. Interoperability. Pandoproject solves lag worldwide. Therefore, anyone can place their applications on our blockchain and solve their lag issues for their users. And we're even opening up this opportunity to have other projects come into our platform, because of the fact that we're solving the lag issues for their users, and so they're welcome to come into our blockchain. All right, and then utilization. The BTX is already heavily utilized, and with the more applications that's being added to the ecosystem, there's more utilizations to come, basically. So that pretty much concludes that portion. I wanted to jump in more on the updates. And so right now we have, okay, let's stop here for a second. Okay, I want to do something here that I have been doing for the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to place on the chat a link. And so for I just want to open this up to the community. If you guys have any questions, feel welcome to jump on, and I'll bring you up. And because we do value what the community has to say, so we're totally open for feedbacks, for suggestions, or just questions in general, or even comments. So whatever you guys have in mind, jump in at any time. I'll see you in my screen over here. I'll bring you up. All right. But I'll go ahead and carry on with the announcements. So what we have going on right now is we have a global profit sharing. In other words, it's GPS in short. And what this is it's something for the future, right? And so you get entitlement to this now, and so with all the ad revenues to be earned as a company, what we're going to do is we're going to be allocating 10% of that revenue into this pool, and then within this pool, basically it will get distributed to all of the Ramatron node holders. And so that's an additional incentive, right? This is an entitlement for the pioneer investors, because you guys are pioneer investors. And so we have a cutoff date on this, which is the April 30th, and that's literally 2 days from now. And so for those of you guys that are just hearing this for the first time, this is an opportunity that you would want to take advantage of. And so put that into consideration, because that's kind of more of a additional passive income, if you will. And so because you already have the referral rewards, you've got compound staking, simple staking, and and then now you have this, right? Just for turning on your computer. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me, with the amount of opportunity this has, and so take advantage of that. We got 2 days, and if you have any questions on it, we're here to help you out. Okay. Um, we also have we were supposed to launch this the beginning of this week, but I actually just went through the final audit on the video, and so this will most likely be released no later than Saturday. So if you guys don't know Key Finance has a huge following. She's got about 150,000 subscriber on her YouTube page, and she posts a lot of things about finance. And so we partnered up with her and creating a promo video, and so I'm pretty excited to be working with her, and so this video will be released in the next couple of days. All right. Another announcement that we have is next week. If you guys don't know SLG, this is a Discord group for a lot of investors. And we have an AMA with them next week on May 5th. All right. This is 8 p.m. Manila time. And so this is where Tito G, Tito Vlogs. Tito Vlogs is also another YouTuber, very well respected in the space, and you can learn a lot from the guy too. Actually, if you guys are not following him right now, I encourage you go follow him, because you will learn a thing or two about investing, and the guy knows quite a bit. And so he's also a part of the SLG group. And we are going to be doing an AMA, a Discord AMA next week. Now, that was actually supposed to be this week, but there was a last minute change that had a miscommunication with scheduling, and so we're rescheduling that for next week. So if you guys don't have Discord, download the application and jump on this AMA for next week, because there is going to be some giveaways, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm just going to leave it at that. But it is going to be a fun event with a lot of learning also, and prizes. All right. Another opportunity that we have is the CSR program. And the CSR program is more of the civic side of our project. And so CSR stands for corporate social responsibilities. And what we're doing right now is we are giving 10,000 Ramatron units to students, college students. And within the Philippines alone, there is an allocation of 2,000 Ramatron units to be distributed. And so if you know any students that could benefit from this, because for us, right, this teaches the younger community to learn how to practice saving and learning a little bit about investing, and also getting them immersed into the crypto space, right? Because it's the next frontier, you guys. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna be part of it. Most people right now are converting their how they make their payments from cash to crypto, and it's just, even the government is jumping on it as we speak. And so they're already making rules and regulations. That's just the first step, and then the next step is mass adaptation, and that's just right around the corner. All right. And so by teaching them how this works and being able to put things in practice, we thought that this would be a good social cause to have. And so with that said, we're donating 2,000 Ramatron units to college students, and all they just the only thing that requires of them is, of course, having the right qualified equipment, right, with the minimum standard on their PC laptop, 4 to 8 gigs of core and 100 gigs of RAM, and so as long as you have that, I mean, you're golden. That's it's free, right? And so you can start collecting your weekly rewards, and so you can take advantage of that, and just get free money basically, and just let that thing compound. Because if we're talking about 300% APY, that's just in 1 year. Imagine what will happen if you are compounding that beyond 1 year. Can you imagine what those figures would look like? So I know, I'm pretty sure you're pretty smart at math, and you can figure out that calculation on your own. But I'm just letting you know that the opportunity is there. And so, to even go on top of that, right? You've got 2 more days. And so if you're a college student out there, and you're an active student, right? The only thing that we need is that your the school that you go to, your school ID, email and phone number, and that's pretty much it. And so if you can claim this within the next 2 days, guess what? That gives you entitlement also with the global profit sharing. And if you also are a student that has other friends that you think that can benefit from it, you can earn the referral rewards, the 10% referral rewards as well. And so there's so many opportunities, just within this on its own. And so it would just behoove me, if people don't take advantage of it. And so, but that's basically free money right there. So yeah, if that's you got 2 days basically is what I'm saying, and so jump on that while it lasts. But this CSR thing is going to be happening for quite some time. So and so yeah, it's going to be an ongoing thing. The only thing that's going to be cut off is the global profit share. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please feel welcome to jump on. And I have posted the link on StreamYard. So you can just click on that. You can jump in, ask your questions. If not, I am going to pat myself in the back, say that I'm doing a good job, and we could end it from here. But we want to welcome each and one of you guys. I'm glad you can join us here tonight. Some of you guys are just jumping in. If you guys had missed the overview, on the top of the chat, there is a pinned video. You can actually review that on demand. And any questions you have from there, then you can go ahead and you can reach out to us and ask your questions, because that's what a lot of people have been doing currently. So, all right, let me see what else we got here. So we're located in, and we have several offices. We're in many different countries, Philippines being one of them. And with the Ramatron node, that could be anywhere around the world. But we're starting out with strategic markets in the beginning. But that doesn't, say that you're limited to where you can have your Ramatron. You can have your Ramatron anywhere. All right. We're also you can also find us on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and you can also find us in our social media handles. Most of our updates is going to be coming from here on Telegram, and but please subscribe to our other social media, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We also have Discord, but mainly find us here on Telegram. And so basically the Twitter, Telegram, and Facebook for now will be the most heavily utilized. But if you can come support us on each one of them, that would be awesome. That would also help us out. It would help us further our reach. And so if you could, that would be awesome. All right. Let me see where we're at here. If anybody has any questions, doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, no questions from the community. If you guys are feeling shy, you can just go ahead and type it in, and we can address you there too. So no problem at all. But okay, well, we'll go ahead and end it over here. And thank you guys for joining us. And we will have more opportunities to help maximize the global profit sharing in its last 2 days. So we may just offer a few more AMA events, and we'll announce that on the chat. And so I think that concludes it, unless we get some last minute questions that comes in. If not, I will go ahead and sign off. So very good. I think that's what we will do. All right, you guys. Well, you guys know where to find me. You can find me on Telegram. Just search for my name. And I think that's it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.